What's up, y'all? This is Smoothie Maker 101, and I'm about to share with y'all 5 tips that I've learned over the past 2 years on how to make the best smoothie. Now, a few basics before we get started. I'm using a high-powered Vitamix blender here, which I'll get into later, but I want to go over the basic terminology of blender. Here, the jug, what some people refer to, is really called the craft. So if you ever hear anyone say something about a craft, they're probably talking about the blender jug. This one here is 64 ounces, BPA free. Next is the lid. Just a good old lid that you put on top. Keep shit fresh. And lastly, you got what some people refer to as a stick, but the technical term is a tamper, which you will use to push ingredients into the blade. So tip number 1 on how to make a better smoothie is, if you cool like me, you're gonna like your smoothies a little bit chill. And there's 3 ways I know how to do this. The first one is frozen fruit, whether that be frozen bananas, frozen strawberries, blueberries, peaches, mangoes, whatever fruit you got on hand. Add a couple pieces to your smoothie to chill it out, to make it a little cooler than room temperature. It may taste a little better to you. If not, avoid it. The second way to make it a little bit more chill is to use cold liquids. You're going to have to put some kind of liquid into your smoothie to make it blend anyway, whether it's water, a vegan milk, fruit juice, or some other kind of variety. But before you put it in there, refrigerate it for a little bit, and that'll be your coldness in your smoothie. The third and last way to chill out your smoothie a little bit is to add some ice. Now remember, when you add ice, it's going to water it down a little. So use a little less water, I would say, if you're using ice. Bam! Tip number 2. Are your smoothies not sweet enough? That's a problem I ran into. And there's a few ways I know how to fix this too. The one that I really like is fresh dates. Right now it's date season, so I have these wet. These are Kajari dates. I'll pop about 10 of these in for a 64-ounce smoothie, and it'll sweeten it up quite a bit. The other way I like to sweeten my smoothies is just some plain old organic sugar. Now this here is organic cold cane sugar, unrefined, unbleached. I also got just regular organic sugar and some organic turbinado sugar, however you pronounce that. So just choose an organic sugar, for 64 ounces, depending on how sweet the fruit is. I'll add, a few tablespoons, maybe a little more. You just gotta play it by taste. And the last way to sweeten up your smoothies, if you're not gonna use water or something as your liquid, is to use a fruit juice as your liquid. Whether it be an orange juice, a sugar cane juice, or something like that, it'll really ramp up the sweetness of your smoothie if the fruit you put in just aren't up to the quality you like. So my third tip comes back to the blender and what kind of blender you should be using. Now I used to use, I might even still have it, this Cuisinart blender, which got me by for a while until I started trying to make, thicker smoothies, ice cream, some dressings wouldn't quite blend up in this. And honestly, one time I started making ice cream in this and it literally started to smell like smoke. And that's when I knew it was time to update to the Vitamix. Now this is the 5200 series, which will run you about $375 to $400 depending on where you purchase it at. But I will tell you right now, it is well worth every penny. I use mine about 2 to 3 times a day at least. Whether it's for ice cream, salsa, smoothies, dressings, soups, anything. It's well worth it. Variable speed, BPA-free glass, and tons of power. It'll blend up anything you want to blend up pretty much. And tip number 4 is how to blend. Now some people will just turn it on low and ramp it up slowly until they get up to speed. Personally, I've learned a better way through a few people that have educated me, and I like the pulse method. Whether you have an old Cuisinart or high-powered Vitamix or Blendtec is the other good high-powered blender you can get in the US. I like to flip to high mode and pulse it. This won't allow a vortex to be created inside, which means that your smoothie won't be oxidized as much. Meaning it'll last a little longer, you know, it won't have as many air bubbles in it. And overall, I've noticed it'll taste a hell of a lot better. So when you got your smoothie, just give it 20 to 30 pulses like that until it's smooth, and then you're good to go. And the last tip, number 5, is if you're going to make a smoothie for a meal, this is one mistake I see a lot of people doing, is they'll make a little 20-ounce smoothie, one little glass. No. That might be good for a little snack, but if you're trying to make a smoothie a meal, you need to make it at least 1,000 calories worth of fruit, veggies, whatever else you like to put in your smoothies. Just make sure it's at least 1,000 calories, because otherwise you're going to be like, oh, well, smoothies don't fill me up. It's because you ain't eating enough. It's easy. It's simple. Think about it. For me, if I'm going to make a smoothie for a meal, which I do at least once a day, I make this fill up this whole craft here. Up to here, 64 ounces. Drink it down. It's easy, y'all. Just fill it up, blend it up, drink it up. Enough said, I guess. But I hope these 5 tips will help you all out. These are 5 of the things that I've learned in the past 2 years. Hopefully it can jumpstart you into making better smoothies. Let me know, what other tips do you have for making smoothies? Or what are your favorite fruits to use in smoothies? Personally, I love the bananas and dates. When I can get them, I'll put strawberries, but blueberries, you know, we'll mix it up depending on what season it is. But let me know, what's your favorite smoothie? What's your favorite blending techniques? What kind of blender do you use? Is it an old Cuisinart? Or is it a nice high-powered Vitamix or Blendtec maybe? If you're using a Blendtec, let me know. I've heard those are pretty nice too, but I had to go with the Vitamix. Until next time though, y'all, take it easy and keep on blending. So there you have it, y'all. That's Smoothie Making 101. Y'all take it easy. Until next time. Peace. Just fill it up, blend it up, drink it up. Enough said, I guess.